We have all gathered here to engage in a discussion about the significance of freedom of speech. Wouldn't it be interesting to witness the irony that unfolds as debaters come to this podium to criticize the very freedom they're exercising? Respected President, honorable judges, and my worthy fellows, freedom of speech is indeed the lifeblood of our society and the very foundation of our democracy. Article 19 states, it is the right of every citizen of Pakistan to hold opinions and to express them. Was freedom of speech not the catalyst that enables Sir Syed to articulate the two-nation theory? The emergence of Pakistan is the product of exercising this fundamental right. Today, our constitution safeguards our freedom of speech. If we are not free to voice our opinions, can we truly be called a free nation? In today's world, social media has amplified freedom of speech, from becoming the voice of the minorities to unmasking the corrupt leaders. We have been able to highlight the murder of Zainab, George Floyd, and countless others, all thanks to freedom of speech. Glance at the world around you. You will witness nations who have gained freedom by voicing their rights. Protests against the occupation of Kashmir, baseless accusations in a 9/11 case, and ruthless murders of our brothers and sisters in Palestine. All these are just a few instances that show that we have the right to speak, and we must speak, because the voice of the people matters. So, respected President, how can my opponents denounce the very freedom that gave them the right to stand on this podium? The very right that gave us our identity. Freedom of speech is a living, breathing force that propels the communities forward. So agree with me or not, but do think about it. Thank you.
Judges and my dear fellows, while I was composing this debate, I was advised to stay away from certain topics that might seem as controversial. Is this the freedom of speech that my worthy fellow supports? Respected President, life ready for society is anything that sustains the society. Anything that makes it much more healthier and more secure. And can we, in all honesty, claim this notion when we know that in our society it has led towards more riots, more chaos and more violence than it has ever led towards a peaceful resolution? And the harsh truth is that this fundamental right comes at a great cost. The people who dare speak up, they disappear. They languish in jails and they are bribed into betraying their principles. Is this the freedom yet you all hold dear? Is this the lifeblood of your society? My worthy friend also mentioned the power of social media. Well, 76% of its users are victims of cyberbullying. They face harassment and threats in the name of free speech, character assassination, misinformation, inciting violence in the name of free speech. Free speech has become so cheap that a person's conscience can be bought with a mere pittance. It has become so weak that our journalists, they are killed, they are assassinated just because they try to unveil the corruption in the society. And it has become so perilous that in the dead of the nights, your homes terminated, your families abducted and tortured just because you spoke up. I
that your silence will not protect you.
Because I believe that neither does my right to free speech. Rather, it threatens my very existence.
So, respected President,
If all these are the consequences of free speech, are we sure that it is a worthwhile trade-off? Are we sure that we want this to be the lifeblood of our society?
thank you everyone.